is up? Grayscale. Say it a million times because this week, guys, we are about to pop off. All right. And you might say, dude, you haven't been making a lot of videos on Grayscale. What do you want to just come in and start being the guy, being the Grayscale dude, the Grayscale guy? Guys, all right, I've reached out to Grayscale, okay? All right, I've contacted Grayscale, all right? And I'm not going to share who I talked with. I'm not going to invade people's privacy, but I've actually reached out to Grayscale to find out certain things about how these things trade, all right? Did anybody else do this? Have you guys done this? Okay, all I see on the internet, guys, is a bunch of people speculating on Grayscale and putting these crazy predictions out there backed up with no evidence. So here's the evidence we got on my personal Grayscale holdings, guys. Not only have I reached out to Grayscale, but we found that these private placements obviously do indeed affect the share price. We saw it last month in Bitcoin Cash, bchg, when we saw it pop up here like in a day, and then it went down literally like 30-40% from that private placement lockup date that was all over the news about a month ago before stuff started rising. So here, guys, on this channel, since I'm invested in Grayscale, I don't just talk about it. I actually have money in these investment products. I've not only reached out, but I've done a little bit of research, and I found out these Grayscale people talking about Grayscale, they don't even own it, and or they had predictions that have not panned out whatsoever. All right, the predictions they've put out there are almost as if they have no experience in crypto at all. And some of the meme coins they talk about, man, I'm telling you. Anyway, so what we've been looking at, guys, and what we've been following here in my personal Grayscale holdings is I've noticed this past week and a half, we've seen a broad Grayscale rise in between 30-40% on the Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin a little bit more. Ethereum Classic has really accelerated. And some of these premiums are not so, or discounts are not so worrisome, right? Right. Nobody was talking about, including us on the channel, back in March on how much of a premium was in place for like Litecoin, ltcn, bchg, nor any of the other numbskulls on the internet talking about that, right? It was almost like that was not known, even though that was the most obvious, considering it's on their disclosures on their website. But what I've seen in my own bag, all right, what we're going to focus on is the channel here on what's going on in my own bag and how I can try to prepare everybody for what is probably going to come this next week. Okay, so Grayscale is going to pop off this week. This upcoming week is when we're going to start seeing Grayscale start popping off. Bitcoin Cash, BCHG, LTCN, Litecoin, Ethereum Classic, they are starting to accelerate, and they're starting to broadly accelerate. That is the key word, broadly accelerate, because we don't have these mismatched numbers between the discounts and the premium. John, yeah. BCHG, etcg, and LTCN, and I'll come down and have a cigar with you later, buddy. They're going to pop off this week, guys, and I do believe that we're going to start seeing some significant altcoin runs in these same coins. Now, I do not think, I'm going to repeat, I do not think that the premium is going to go back up to where they were in March. So if anybody's hanging on to the fact that premiums might be in place on BCHG and Litecoin, LTCN, even into the peak of the cycle or anything like that, I think you guys are in a pipe dream. This was something that was overlooked not only here on the channel, but broadly on the entire internet, on YouTube world, everywhere. Nobody was talking about the insane premium and the stupidity and the lunacy that we were all hoping for in March, all right? Now, do I think the prices on BCHG, LTCN, gxlm are going to exceed March prices? Absolutely. But I do think that's going to be placed on the fact that the native cryptos have significantly gone up. And I am expecting a broader market push in the same cryptos that the Grayscale stocks are obviously following. So this is what we're watching next week. This is what I'm watching next week. I am looking for those Grayscale products that pumped back in March that had the insane premiums to catch up to around the same gains as Ethereum Classic, Grayscale, and that's just one, okay? That's just one. Some of the ones that have been performing a little better than BCHG and LTCN, you know, they're up considerably more, right? I've reached out to Grayscale. Like I said, I've reached out to Grayscale. The private placement obviously had something to do with the price. There was obviously some manipulation going on, but we just got to hang in there, guys. This next week is going to be very exciting for Grayscale. So expect a ton of content. I will talk to you guys later. Drop it in the comments and let me know what you think. Price predictions. Do you think we're going to go right up to where we were in March? The Grayscales are going to start accelerating very, very fast as these altcoins run. Yeah, take care.